Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. President Ram Nath Kovind stresses on remarriage of widows, destitute women and their economic independence. Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar says Nagaland is one of the contributors in making India Atma Nirbhar Bharat. NSRLM and Nagaland State Commission for Persons with Disabilities signs a Memorandum of Understanding. And presidential candidate of opposition parties Yashwant Sinha files nomination. Now the news in detail. President Ram Nath Kovind today stressed upon the social support for remarriage of widows and destitute women and their economic independence so that these women can live a life filled with dignity and self-respect. He was speaking to destitute women of Krishna Kutur, a government-run ashram in Vrindavan of Mathura district in Uttar Pradesh. Speaking on this occasion, the president said that the country should come forward to stop the ill treatment being given to the widows and destitute women. Govind said that Uttar Pradesh government is helping the destitutes and widows and has made such ashrams at other places like Gorakhpur, Varanasi and Lucknow. Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare Narendra Singh Tomar said Nagaland is one of the contributors in making India Atma Nirbhar Bharat. The Union Minister said this during a program held in honor of his visit to Nagaland at Agri Expo in Kohima today. He said in agriculture sector, Nagaland has a chance to excel as it is blessed with fertile land and having good climatic condition. Tomar also said Nagaland can become one of the biggest hubs in the country in terms of agriculture and horticulture. He said the produce from the state can be exported to different parts of the country. He also said that the government of India, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wants to realize the vision of all-round and balanced development in the country, and when it comes to all-round development, the Northeast region cannot be ignored. He said the central government is continuously working towards making Northeast to stand on its feet and not to depend on others so that the region becomes a full contribution towards building the nation. The Union Minister said the country can only progress if the Northeast region moves forward and priorities have been given by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to bring development in the region which was neglected for long. Tomar said that in the last 88 years, Modi's government has continuously tried to work seriously to remove poverty, inequality and unemployment in the country. He said after taking oath, Modi started doing concrete work to remove poverty and imbalance. In this episode, crores of Jan Dhan accounts of the poor have been opened and benefited continuously through many schemes. Tomar said under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, the central government has given more than 2 lakh crore rupees to 11.5 crore farmers so far, 6,000 rupees every year. He also mentioned that during COVID pandemic, 80 crore people were given free ration and other facilities were also provided by the centre. Earlier, the Union Minister inaugurated the honey testing laboratory at Nagaland Honey and Beekeeping Mission, Sovima, which will help beekeepers and processors for testing the honey produced. Tomar also visited Bamboo Mission, Museum and Organic AC Market at Agri Expo. Nagaland Agriculture Minister G. Gaito said despite facing adverse challenge, Agriculture and Allied Departments has over the years immensely contributed towards development of agriculture and allied activities in the state and towards uplifting the livelihood of the farmers. Gaito was speaking at a program held in honor of the visit of Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar to Nagaland at Agri Expo in Kohima today. He said a post-COVID pandemic situation has provided a window of opportunities to reorient the economic priorities to agriculture and allied activities for both economic growth and rehabilitation of the returnees. Kaito said, with limited resources, the state government has initiated a startup program called Naturally Nagaland to monetize the poor and marginal farmers in post-harvest management and marketing so that they can package their produce in any brand under the banner of Naturally Nagaland. He also said the state is seeking to expand its wing in the future and open Naturally Nagaland stalls in cities outside the state. Kaito also emphasized on the need to include agriculture farm roads, adding that this will go a long way in uplifting the rural economy of the state. He also proposed to the Union Minister for construction of government facility with all amenities for the state, national and international level under one roof. Kaito said this facility can be used for conducting exhibitions and sale of organic and also off-season agriculture products, conduct seminars, workshops, and buyer-seller meets. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Nagaland State Rural Livelihood Mission NSRLM and Nagaland State Commission for Persons with Disabilities signed a Memorandum of Understanding at Kohima today. Speaking on the occasion, Joint Secretary and Mission Director NSRLM Imti Melna said the MOU is being signed to support in intervention and strategic strengthening of persons with disabilities. She said the NSRLM, along with other concerned organizations, will now be involved with intensive mobilization, identification, capacity building, financial inclusion, livelihood accessibility, and access to rights and entitlements of persons with disabilities. She informed that the MOU will be for a period of 12 months initially and will be piloted in 4 modal blocks, namely Jakama under Kohima District, Jumagidima, Longling, and Woka. Imtimella expressed hope that with the signing of the MOU, the vulnerable section of the society can be facilitated towards a meaningful life with an identity apart from the disability tag and emerge as dignified members of the society. Also addressing the program, State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Tetano Nakro, said people who live with disabilities are more likely to live in poverty due to barriers in society such as stigma and discrimination, inaccessible environments, limited access to education and employment, and lack of inclusion in livelihood and other social programs. She also pointed out that women with disabilities face significantly more difficulties because of existing gender biases, placing disabled women and girls at higher risk of violence, sexual abuse, neglect, and exploitation, particularly girls and women with psychosocial disabilities. Stating that the MOU is a first of its kind, Nakro said it is a significant initiative towards supporting people with disabilities to enable them to live their lives with dignity while also raising awareness and promoting acceptance of disabilities in the community. Presidential candidate of the opposition parties, Yashwant Sinha, filed his nomination today. A number of opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi of Congress, NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, Akhilesh Yadav of Samajwadi Party, Farooq Abdullah of National Conference, Abhishek Banerjee of TMC, K.D. Ramarao of TRS, A. Raja of TMK, and Sidaram Yechuri of CPIM were present in the Parliament House when Sinha submitted his nomination papers. NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu had filed her nominations on Friday. Presidential elections will be held on 18th of July and the counting of votes will be taken up on 21st of July. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. President Ram Nath Kovind stresses on remarriage of widows, destitute women and their economic independence. Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar says Nagaland is one of the contributors in making India Atma Nirbhar Bharat. NSRLM and Nagaland State Commission for Persons with Disabilities signs a Memorandum of Understanding. And presidential candidate of opposition parties, Yashwant Sinha, files his nomination. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.